Ah, you're back. I wanted to ask whether there was a space around here dedicated to training. I wouldn't want to disturb anyone during my shooting practice. Don't worry, I'm not picky about my surroundings. How noisy or crowded a place might be, those factors are inconsequential. I'm not easily affected by my external environment. Most importantly, I've found no threats to our survival in this place. You've done well. Think nothing of it. I should be the one thanking you for keeping this place so safe. Its mechanical principles and aesthetic design are both quite commendable. This place is truly eye-opening. Ah, that's entirely up to you. Different people have different senses of humor. I don't know what you find amusing, so it wouldn't be appropriate for me to give you an answer. In any case, thank you for inviting me to this place. I'll be staying here for a little longer. I hope my being here doesn't inconvenience you. Of course. Anything you want to talk about? Well, before I met Navia... You wanted to hear a story from before I became a duelist, correct? I see no harm in starting there. Anyway, before I met Navia, I lived with my master. She was a powerful and strict woman who had a big impact on many parts of my childhood. I was once terrified of monsters that are active at night. I felt like I could never predict or anticipate their attacks. So, Master tied a piece of cloth around my eyes, pushed me into the woods, and announced that I was surrounded by a horde of monsters. She did this to teach me to react and respond to them with only sound and instinct as my guide. I used to be afraid of being alone. I could never fall asleep without her by my side. So, for quite some time, she forced me to train every day until I felt like I could no longer lift my arms. Only then would she allow me to rest. As a result, seeing her face after I woke up soon turned into a nightmare rather than a comfort. Before I knew it, I had become as tough as her. Were I to take on my own apprentice, I'm not sure I could think of a better way to train them, and that thought scares me most of all. My work as a champion duelist. In my profession, work and fun are two elements that rarely converge. I've heard many colleagues describe how, on their way home from work, they're often dragged into cafes by their soon-to-be opponents and forced to listen to an endless list of grievances. What a waste of time. I'm very thankful something like that has never happened to me. I wouldn't go asking around for stories about our line of work. The profession of a duelist may seem dramatic and full of unexpected twists, but in most circumstances, it's usually the result of hypocrisy and dark human desires. The type of stories that will only leave you disappointed. How about a game inspired by the practice of duels? It's pretty simple. We'll use the fatometer to determine the rules of the duel and the weapons we can use. I used to play this a lot with my master, although back then we just rolled a die. Then, unfortunately, you have to fight with your hands and feet tied. Of course, but that only applies to duels held before a court of law to defend someone's honor. The duels in this game are meant to improve a marechaussee hunter's ability to survive in the wild. As a hunter, there are times when your arm or leg might be out of commission due to injury, but you have to be able to keep fighting. Never stop thinking about how to secure victory. That's what my master taught me. Once, after 2 very unlucky rolls, she was forced to fight with a small tree branch as her only weapon. In the end, I still lost. Then congratulations! You get to use the weapon of your choice and negate 1 lethal hit. Your opponent would have to land 2 hits on you to win. Of course, but that only applies to duels held before a court of law to defend someone's honor. The duels in this game are meant to improve a marechaussee hunter's ability to survive in the wild. Even with preparation and luck on your side, get too confident and even the greatest of hunters can still suffer defeat. A critical success can often be what leads to a critical failure. My luck is pretty good, so I've had my fair share of good rolls in these games. Even so, when I fought against Master, I often lost in the moments when I was most assured of victory. Prey is most easily caught when it believes itself invincible. That's what my master taught me. In any case, the randomness of it all can really help you test your limits. If you lose, just start over and roll again. So, what do you think? Ready to play around? The look of determination in your eyes says more than you know. I like it. Let's begin. The loser owes the winner a meal. Good night. I hope you're able to get some good rest. This place appears quite safe, so I don't think I'll need to keep watch tonight. Good morning. I hope you find success in your endeavors today. Now that I think of it, the Maison Cardinalise set up an archive room to store information related to duels. A complete case file would include the cause of the duel, the verdict rendered, the persons and duelists involved, and, of course, the final outcome of the duel. I've never felt the need to look up anything there myself. I believe all my duelist colleagues feel the same way. It's best to leave the record-keeping to the gestionnaires. They seem to actually enjoy that kind of work. In my younger years, I learned a fair amount about botany. As a result, I can now differentiate between edible and non-edible roots, identify poisonous fruits, and create simple dyes from the things I forage. The plants in this flower bed are harmless varieties created to lift people's spirits. You may enjoy them without worry.